Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Gene and you're watching another episode of Speed Gene Car Reviews. Today we have a nice find for you. This is a 2018 BMW M4. While this car has been slightly modified, you're gonna see that these mods add some nice touches to it. Let's take a closer look. What we have in front of us is 2018 BMW M4. This is the first M4 that BMW has produced. The reasons for that, they decided to separate 3 Series from 4 Series and name its coupe version of 4 Series. So therefore, all the legendary M3s that were 2-door, 4-door, and convertibles are now 2 different designations. The coupes and the convertibles are M4s and the sedan is a M3. So if you know the M4 specifically, this model, you can tell that this one is slightly different. And we'll get into these specifics in a little bit. So now, let me just tell you in general about this model. This model comes with a 6-cylinder twin-turbo engine. From the factory, it develops about 425 horsepower. And as most of us know, BMW underrates its cars, so it's actually closer to about 470. So all the speed figures are also slightly underrated. Okay, so now this is an interesting color. It's called Austin Yellow. In different shades of light, it can go from gold to yellow to even slightly with a green shade. You can see that some of the upgrades here are more cosmetic, and then we'll get into some more of performance, sound, and so forth, and interior. So right off the bat, you can see the roof is black. It's actually not black, it's carbon fiber. Let's take a closer look. This is a factory option because it is a sports car, and a lot of people have taken these cars on the track. This is really where this car, you could say, belongs. This lightens the roof, increases the center of gravity, and lowers it by about 1.5 feet, which is tremendous for sports cars, especially on circuits. So going into some more details, this has factory 20-inch wheels. They are called competition wheels because later on BMW decided to separate the regular model and then a slightly more powerful one with a competition. Let's take a closer look on the inside. You can see the inside is very, very interesting. It has a bunch of Alcantara. The leather is called coral red, which is red as orange. The steering wheel is also Alcantara for better grip. This has some interesting color accents with green to match the seats. You can see this is a manual transmission. BMW fortunately decided to give the next generation manual transmission as well, so this is great. They are very rare, they are very far and few between, so if you get lucky to find one, make sure you hold on to it. Generally, driver comforts are pretty good. You can see you get the 3 pedals. You get some basics on a steering wheel. What's interesting, what distinguishes BMW from a lot of other performance cars, is these M1 and M2 buttons, which give the pre-programmed settings of the throttle response, suspension, and steering, basically a shortcut, so you can just press one button and not have to go through a whole bunch of settings to change each of the settings. You have a nice screen and then some basic climate control, which is nice and neat. Now let's get into some details of this specific car. So let's start from the outside. So if you noticed, if we start looking closer, we can start noticing some of the unique features of this car that differentiated from the stock car, which when it came out of the factory. So this is a BMW M4 GTS inspired build, and GTS is the race version of this model, which was produced about 1,000 quantities, and only 300 made it to United States. So let's see, for those of you that don't know, here are some of the things that bring this car closer. You can see what jumps out at me first is the hood. So this is the vented hood. It's inspired by the GTS model. It gives more cooling to the engine, and it looks nice if you look at it from different angles. It creates the bulge effect slightly higher. So then as you look down, you can see the blacked out grille and the front lip. So this front lip is the aerodynamics portion of the GTS. It actually lowers the car and at higher speeds pushes the nose down. So as we make our way around, you can see the side grills are also blacked out. The mirrors are carbon fiber, which again lightens it. You can see on the side skirts some of also aerodynamic components. And coming towards the back. So coming towards the back, you can see it's sort of like a double spoiler effect there. So this creates a wind tunnel. This is actually not a BMW GTS spoiler. This is a company that creates race parts called Vorsteiner, and this is called an Aeroblade. So if you look closer at an angle, you can see the wind tunnel that it creates and how the shape mimics the top and the bottom of the spoiler. It's done absolutely on purpose. So some people who are skeptics might say, oh, 2 spoilers, very tacky, but it does have its purpose. So now going down, you can see some of the diffusers on the sides, which also control the airflow. And this has an active AutoWorks catback exhaust, which creates better flow, better sound, and that's about it from the outside. And as when we looked at the inside, there were some M performance parts. Let's take a look. So first thing you'll notice is the GTS inspired dash, and getting into the M performance details is the short shifter with a short knob, Alcantara steering wheel, and also Alcantara steering wheel with a nice clean white stitch. So then you can, if you look even closer, you can see the M performance pedals, which improve the grip of your foot, and that is about it. So overall, why do people build inspired models? So here's the reason for this car. This is a 4-seater large coupe. And the actual M4 GTS is a 2-seater large coupe. So this has the practicality to sit 4 adults, and then also the performance, the handling, and the visual aspects of the race car. So you get the best of both worlds. So now, what is our overall impression? This is a tremendously fun car, which, believe it or not, will get you 25 to 27 miles a gallon on the highway and roughly 20 at the city. What you will get on a track depends solely on your driving style. So price-wise, these cars have jumped in price probably about 2 to 2.5 fold. So when a 3-year-old car could be bought for about $40,000 about 2 years ago, now these same cars bring almost double. And the reason for that is they're rare. Some skeptics with the new model, which is called the G80 and the G82, M3 and M4 respectively, the front, the nose isn't too appealing. So, you know, to each his own. Obviously the mechanics, the performance is amazing. It's definitely a step up, but visuals are very subjective. So, is this car worth the money? I would say absolutely. So these cars do not drop in price, and as we saw, they'll probably come down a little bit once all the hype is over, but this car will hold its value for many years, just because it's rare, just because of its characteristics and driving dynamics on the street, driving dynamics on the track, and overall how it makes you feel. These cars make you feel like you're a race car driver. They make you feel like you're always in control. They make you feel great. So if you're a car guy, Which car makes you feel awesome when you get in? You drive, even if you drive to a grocery store, you enjoy it, you have a great time, and you walk out with a smile on your face. One more point I want to leave you with: if you park your car and walk away and don't look back, you don't belong to your car. I'm just joking. Have a great day. Stay tuned for more cool cars and cool reviews.